Alpha women think that they have the advantage because they can abuse their powers, and society doesn't do much to them unless it's another female. See, alpha females are out to destroy other alpha females. But as an alpha female, there's weaknesses that she suffers every day that bothers her, that she's scared to show. And today, we're gonna go over those 7 weaknesses that alpha women have. Check out the intro. Okay, welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, press the like button at the end, press the subscribe button, and press the notifications button, but only at the end of the video. All right, today we're going to be talking about 7 weaknesses that alpha women face that they're scared to tell you about. All right, let's get started. First, people find her intimidating. All right, now, the reason why this bothers her the most is because she only wants to be intimidating whenever she's proving a point against a man or she's bullying to get what she wants. Other than that, women do not like walking around and people not liking them or people being scared of them. Now, you may find an old cat lady that enjoys it because she's been dodging in her misery for a long time. But majority of the women in the world always want to be liked. The only time an alpha woman really wants to be feared is when it comes to men. So when she's forced to walk around every day with this persona of being mean to other women, you may find her becoming weaker. But as soon as a man comes back around, she gets stronger. But that bothers her to force herself to go between both emotions. Next, she has a very hard time dating. And the reason why she has so much of a hard time dating is because guys feel like she's too independent for her to date, which means that naturally a man wants to take a woman out. A man wants to be a provider for a woman. That's something that he naturally wants to do. So whenever men are out with women and women are constantly trying to prove to the man, I don't need you and I don't want you, a lot of men are stuck there like, well, why are we on this date? Why are we out here? And the reason for that is because she is really, really desperate. She really wants a man, but you ain't got time for the headache. So you look weak to her when all you're trying to do is just avoid the confrontation. She doesn't understand the difference between that. So she gets to go majority of her life and probably her entire life manless. Next, she has a hard time showing that she's vulnerable. All right. Now, this is the part that drives women crazy when they're by themselves. And this is the part that'll drive her crazy if you call her out on it. See, a lot of these alpha females, they get off with getting their way. All right. But in a lot of times, they're very vulnerable. So they're going to come across alpha males that can see their weakness inside of their bullying. And then when that alpha male calls her out on it, she becomes embarrassed. She don't want to be seen as vulnerable. She always wants to be seen as tough. But the vulnerable little girl in the inside is always screaming for her to stop being fake. At some point, these type of women crack under pressure. All right. That's where they're going to surround themselves with women that they can cry to, when they can show their vulnerability. You're not going to see it a lot, but at some point, that woman will crack and show her vulnerability because of the build-up pressure of her trying to hide it. Next, alpha women have a hard time asking for help. So you'll notice at times, even when she's failing, even when she's not doing good, she's such a know-it-all that she feels like she can do everything by herself and she doesn't need anyone. But in the inside, she's really like, man, I really hope somebody help me out. I really hope there's a way that I can get out of this situation. See, the know-it-alls are the worst. And the reason why they are a know-it-all is because they done been around so many beta males that have liked them, that have felt like, all right, I'm doing everything right. You're not doing everything right. You haven't been smart the whole time. You just been around beta males that liked you and wanted to sleep with you. So they kept being nice to you and letting you get away with things so you stay around them. That's how beta males are when it comes to women. They don't care if they sleeping with that woman or not. If they are infatuated with that woman, all they want is that woman to be next to them. And they're willing to let that woman live a lie just to be in his presence. And that's what a lot of these alpha women have done. They became too powerful around beta males that when they get around alpha males, they're afraid to show that they really need somebody. Next, alpha females never have long-term relationships. Never. You can never go long with them. And the reason for that is because in relationships, a lot of these women are just a bully. A lot of these women are just women that are bossing their man around, telling the man what to do, and he's willing to accept it, all right? But it comes to a point of that relationship where that man doesn't want to be talked to that way. That man doesn't want to be talked to as a little kid. Them guys that are getting sick of going on dates and they feel like interviews. So these type of women scare more men off than men that are actually going to come into their life. See, the alpha woman wants you to bow down to her, worship her, and do what she says, right? But guys always revert and go back to the slutty ones because they require less requirements to be in the presence. Women don't understand. Guys do not like you for the same reason that you like them. And that's the problem that the alpha woman face. She thinks that guys are supposed to like her for all her manly traits. But a man wants to be with a woman. A man doesn't want to be with another man, which is why she never has long-term relationships. Next, alpha women put their career before everybody. So best believe her best friends would not be friends anymore. Her family would have a disconnection to her. Her new family would be the boss, the people at the job, the people she's in charge of. She puts her career before everybody because she feels like that's the end all tell all. Remember, when alpha women take on alpha traits, their main goal is to mimic a man. See, men have the body, the brain power, and the heart to work a lot. And while the women sits at home and take care of the kids, and then the man come home with the paycheck. That's how it's supposed to be. But alpha females, they work so hard, they get a paycheck, but they find themselves driving a nice car, having a neat house, going on interviews with guys, which they would consider dates, and finding themselves to say, there's nobody out there for me. There's nobody out there for me. There's somebody out there for you. It's just that, once again, men want a woman. They don't want a woman who's trying to be a man. So she puts her career before everybody, and she loses disconnect to everything else in the world. Next, she's gonna get this name. She's gonna be a slut or she's gonna be an ice queen. Those are the only two things that alpha females are known for. Sleeping around or just being blatantly cold towards men, all right? She's constantly trying to get people out of that. You know what I'm saying? So even when she's out with men, she has a tendency to tell them, I'm not that type of girl. I'm not one of them girls. I'm not one of that. But the thing about these girls is just that their horniness has built up so much that chances are when it comes to alpha women, they end up sleeping around with a lot of dudes that are successful. They're gonna marry the beta male when they get really desperate. But for the most part, alpha females are gonna be side chicks to marry men. And everybody in the office and everybody that knows her are gonna look at her like a slut because she's gonna end up messing with too many guys that know each other. That's one thing an alpha woman is going to do. She thinks she's so powerful on the sexual side that she's willing to go out there and have sex with multiple guys to get herself a bad name. Now, a lot of you guys will say this, Well, all the girls are doing the same thing. They don't shame each other and they don't do this. Let me tell you something. You beta males don't even see half the shit that us alpha males see. Are there a lot of women out there sleeping around? Yes. Are a lot of these women alpha females? Yes. But let me tell you something. They're only like that towards you. Them bitches don't do that shit to me. Women don't come around me talking. Women don't come around me running their motherfucking mouth. So understand, when it comes to an alpha woman, she's doing the same thing as an alpha male, but she discredits her name amongst everybody else. Hopefully you was able to get the message. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is Anthony Spade. Hasta la vista.